Simple Tales presents How Anansi Got His Stories from Ashanti Folklore. Long ago, before people told stories around fires, before parents shared tales with their children, and before travellers entertained one another on long journeys, all the stories in the world belonged to a single being, the great sky god Nyame. Nyame kept every tale, every legend, every piece of wisdom locked away in a golden box high above the earth. Humans had no stories of their own, and without stories, the world felt a little emptier. Now, among all creatures, there lived a spider named Anansi. Anansi was not the strongest, he was not the fastest, he was certainly not the bravest, but he possessed something many others lacked. He was clever. One day, Anansi began wondering why all the stories should belong to Nyame alone. So he spun a web all the way into the heavens and climbed until he reached the sky god's palace. Nyame looked down and laughed. "What brings a tiny spider to my court?" Anansi bowed. "Great Nyame, I have come to buy your stories." The sky god laughed even harder. "My stories? You wish to buy all the stories in the world?" "I do." Nyame found the request amusing. He decided to make the price impossible. "If you want my stories," he said, "bring me 4 gifts." Anansi listened carefully. First, capture Onini, the great python. Second, capture Osebo, the leopard who terrifies the forest. Third, bring me the swarm of stinging hornets. And fourth, capture Mumotia, the mysterious forest spirit. Nyame smiled. "No creature has ever managed such things, but if you succeed, the stories shall be yours." Anansi thanked him and descended from the heavens. Most creatures would have given up immediately, but Anansi began thinking. The python was his first challenge. Onini was enormous, powerful, and very proud. Anansi found him stretched beside a river. "My wife and I are having an argument," Anansi said. "About what?" asked the python. "She says you are shorter than this bamboo pole. I say you are longer." The python laughed. "Obviously, I am longer." "Could you prove it?" asked Anansi. Eager to show his greatness, Onini stretched himself beside the pole. "Oh dear," said Anansi. "You keep moving. We need to tie you to the pole to measure properly." The proud python agreed. Anansi quickly wrapped vines around him. Once the final knot was tied, Onini realized too late that he could no longer move. The first challenge was complete. Next came Osebo the leopard. The great cat was feared throughout the forest. Anansi dug a deep pit in Osebo's path and covered it with branches. That evening, the leopard came stalking through the forest. Crash! He fell straight into the trap. The next morning, Anansi appeared. "Oh my," he said. "What happened?" "Help me out," roared Osebo. "I can certainly try," said Anansi. He lowered a rope into the pit. Osebo eagerly wrapped it around himself. As Anansi pulled, he secretly tied knot after knot. When the leopard finally emerged, he found himself completely bound. The second challenge was complete. The hornets proved no easier. Their stings could send even the bravest creatures running. Anansi filled a gourd with water. Then he sprinkled water across the forest. Soon he reached the hornet's nest. "Quick!" he shouted. "A terrible rainstorm is coming!" The hornets buzzed nervously. "Where can we shelter?" "Inside this gourd," said Anansi. The hornets rushed inside. The moment the last one entered, Anansi sealed the opening. The third challenge was complete. Only Mwatia remained. The forest spirit was elusive and cunning. Many said it could never be captured. Anansi carved a small doll from wood. Then he covered it with sticky tree sap and placed it beside a bowl of food. Soon Mwatia discovered the strange figure. The spirit greeted it. The doll said nothing. Offended, Mwatia slapped it. Its hand became stuck. Angrier still, it struck with the other hand. That hand became stuck as well. Before long, the spirit found itself completely trapped. The fourth challenge was complete. One by one, Anansi delivered the gifts to Nyame. The bound python, the captured leopard, the sealed hornets, the trapped forest spirit. The sky god stared in amazement. No warrior had ever accomplished such feats. Yet somehow a small spider had succeeded. Not through strength, not through speed, but through intelligence. At last, Nyame smiled. "You have earned your reward." He brought forth the golden box. Within it lay all the stories of the world. Every legend, every folk tale, every tale yet to be told. Nyame placed the box in Anansi's care. "From this day forward," he declared, "these stories shall belong to you. And every tale that people tell shall be known as an Anansi story." Anansi accepted the gift proudly.
Then he carried the stories down from the heavens and shared them with humanity. That is why people tell tales around fires, why grandparents pass stories to their grandchildren, why legends travel across generations, and why in many parts of West Africa and beyond, stories are still called Anansi tales. For according to Ashanti tradition, all stories came into the world because a clever spider dared to bargain with a god and succeeded. If you enjoyed this tale, please like, subscribe, and share Simple Tales. There are many more legends waiting to be told.